professionals in-house, neighbors, parents, library card holders. I'd just like to welcome you and thank you for attending today, as well as Tyler. I really appreciate the delegation that you put forth today. My name is Andrew Selman. I'm a husband, I'm a father, and I'm your neighbor. It is a pleasure to be here, as I said, on the day of our federal election. It's a privilege and an honor, and I'm sure a great responsibility to serve the people. And for that, I thank everyone around the horseshoe today. Now, let's address this debate. As we've alluded to, there's really no possibility of this passing. I talked to Premier Ford on Friday, and he told me directly he will not issue new licenses. Ultimately, this is an academic debate. There's really no chance of this going anywhere. And that's fine. These debates are important because there are moments in public life when you're asked to weigh the unthinkable against the unacceptable, and this is one of them. Today, we're being asked to support a measure that would allow publicly funded libraries, places meant for learning, growth, childhood curiosity, to double as sites for supervised drug consumption. Let's be clear. This isn't just about addiction, or this isn't just about whether we care about addiction. We do. It's, an important challenge that society must address. And this isn't about whether we believe in harm reduction. Many of us do. But there's a profound difference between meeting people where they are and lowering the bar so far that we forget why it was there in the first place. Libraries are sacred civic spaces. They're one of our very last public commons. They're free, they're accessible, they're safe. At least they're supposed to be. They're where my daughter goes to learn to read. They're where a newcomer to this country and this city learns the language. They're where teenagers go to escape the cycle. They are not, and should never be, a place where narcotics are used under supervised consumption. Supervision, rather. Some will say, no, this is harm reduction. That we're offering a clean needle and trained staff to prevent overdose deaths. And I understand that instinct. I've seen that research as well. I've seen the stats. But I've also walked through the libraries in this city. I've seen the current drug challenges. I've seen the seniors. I've seen the school kids. I've seen the parents with strollers trying to get by with a shred of dignity and some normalcy. I've also seen the massive reduction in children's books being taken out of the library. I believe this is part of the reason. We don't advance public health by turning community spaces into triage centers for addiction. We will not lift people up by hollowing out the very places that build community in the first place. I want a city that cares enough to draw a line, that still believes in the idea of public decency, that still understands that not every space can be everything to everyone, and that sometimes the right thing is to say no. Not because we don't care, because truly we do, but because we believe that people deserve more than a mat on the floor and a needle hiding behind a bookshelf. Because our kids deserve a city that doesn't normalize the presence of narcotics in their learning spaces, their parks, and their sidewalks. Because our librarians did not sign up to run detox clinics. And because compassion without boundaries isn't compassion at all. It's a dereliction of duty. So today, I ask you to reject this idea, not out of fear, but out of hope. Hope that we can choose dignity. Hope that we still can choose community. And hope that we can build a city where public spaces serve a public good. And where addiction is treated with seriousness, the structure, and the moral clarity it deserves. Again, my name is Andrew Selman. I thank you very much for this opportunity to speak today, and I welcome any questions you have.
Thanks. Any questions for Delegate Selman? I'm not seeing.
And one additional thing I will note, and sorry, just one more thing I will note. I did also gather a petition over the last, 65 hours. We gathered 124 signatures, rather, over a very short period of time against this measure. So just wanted to note that as well.
Thanks. Not seeing any questions. Thank you for delegating today. And we'll move on to our next delegation for Martha Ronald.